I wanted to leave, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, I'm trying to leave to Calgary. I'll be trying to leave Alberta in general. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ify and this is Ify's Beats. And if you're joining me for the first time, thank you. And if you're a returning viewer, also thank you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and engage. Thank you. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about what city you'd like to move to when coming to Canada as an immigrant in Alberta specifically. So Alberta has two big cities, which are Edmonton and Calgary. And a lot of times when immigrants are trying to move to Alberta, they're usually confused on what city is best, especially when they do not have ties, like family ties to either of both cities. So they actually have to then do like a table doing a pros and cons list of which city is best for them. So today I thought, you know what, I could make a video on that and give you good tips on when trying to pick a city. I think to summarize, I'll first say if you're looking for a more affordable and calmer city, Edmonton is for you. And if you're looking for mountain access, faster, big city, then Calgary is for you. So I'm going to go into details explaining that information. So first of all is cost of living. Calgary tends to be more expensive. I took some notes. So generally Calgary is pricier. The CMHC's 2025 rental report shows average two-bedroom rent of about $1,914 in Calgary versus $1,603 in Edmonton. So Edmonton is cheaper rent-wise. And also when buying a home, Edmonton has been even more affordable than Calgary. The greater Edmonton area was reported to have an average cost of home for about $415,500. This was about late 2025 from the MLS HPI composite benchmark, while Calgary benchmark prices have been notably higher for prices in the mid 500,000s in late 2025. If your biggest goal is to buy or rent in a cheaper city, then Edmonton is definitely cheaper than Calgary. I think for this one, I'll say Edmonton wins. Yeah. And then for job opportunities. Now, I would say for jobs, it depends on your industry. So your industry determines what city you should go to, because unemployment rates in late 2025 were really, really close. Calgary had about 7.3%, and Edmonton had about 7.7%. As at November 2025. So they are basically the same city when you look at that. But you should look at the job board and search your role in both cities to look at number of postings and salary range for the type of jobs you're interested in. So are you interested in healthcare, trades, tech, oil and gas, education, public sector? For public sector, definitely Edmonton. Edmonton is the capital of Alberta, so it has more government jobs than Calgary. So I think they're very close. You just have to decide what city has more jobs for your industry. And then the next one, honestly, this one is very important. I feel like people underestimate it because, the cities are just 3 hours away, so their weather is almost the same, but it's actually... So for weather, I would say for Calgary, you can get random warm breaks in winter because of Chinook winds. That's one reason why Calgary feels the Calgary winter feels less brutal, while the Edmonton winters feel longer and more consistently cold. And if we're going to look at the Government of Canada climate normals between 1991 and 2020, Calgary and Edmonton have different temperature patterns across the year. So in translation, if you hate unpredictable weather swings, you might prefer Edmonton's more steady pattern. If you love random winter is cancelled today moments, Calgary can be nicer. So Edmonton has more brutal winters, but it is a steady pattern of brutality. While Calgary, has, because of the Chinook winds, it has like random like warm moments even in the winter. So yeah, I will say Calgary wins for that one. And then lifestyle and city vibe. For Calgary, it feels a bit more fast-paced, corporate, It's close to Banff and the mountains, so day trips are a big plus to the mountains. If you haven't been to Banff, it's this gorgeous mountainous area. Lovely, lovely. And it can feel more like a trendy big city depending on where you live. While for Edmonton feels more laid back. It's known for festivals and summer events, lots of nature inside the city. I would say depends on your vibe. They are pretty close. Calgary has this big Calgary Stampede in the summer. It attracts a lot of people. Honestly, people who live in Calgary, especially downtown Calgary, hate Calgary during the Stampede. You only love it if you're going to attend the Stampede every year. But if you get tired of it, it means that your city is going to be crowded and busy. There's going to be a lot of traffic during the Calgary Stampede. I think it holds in July of every year. So yeah, but generally Calgary is considered the bigger city. It has higher population, so it's like more. It's considered to be the more trendy place, while Edmonton is considered to be more laid back because it is like, I don't know, the seat of government. So for transportation and getting around, both cities have public transit, LRT systems. But in Alberta, a lot of people end up driving, especially depending on where you live and work. So when choosing, don't just choose city, choose the neighborhood, because a cheap rent that turns into a long commute can become expensive in time and stress. I think they are pretty much the same when you think about it transportation wise. Most people prefer to drive than enter public transport in either of both cities. Both cities are not connected by a train. So if you've never been, I'm just saying it now, we don't have a train, I'm sure if we had a train going from Edmonton to the mountains, it would increase Edmonton's population, because one of the bigger attractions that Calgary has is that Calgary is close to Banff, or closer to Banff. It's like an hour's drive, while Edmonton is about a 4 hours drive to Banff. I would say choose Edmonton if you want lower rent pressure and more affordability day to day. You want a calmer pace and more space. You are okay with winter feeling a bit more serious, and your job or support system is stronger in Edmonton. And then for Calgary, you want a bigger city, faster vibe. You love mountain trips and outdoors and want quick access. Your job market or community is stronger there, and you can handle slightly higher cost for the lifestyle. So those are basically the things that should motivate you when you are picking, especially if you do not have family ties. But I think both cities are pretty close. I don't think Calgarians would agree that Edmonton is pretty close. And I think Edmonton won't agree also, especially with the Oilers being the bigger hockey team. So personally, I stay in Edmonton. I moved to Edmonton directly, so I don't have any issues. I feel like I wouldn't be bothered about Calgary or Edmonton. My goal would be to just leave Alberta if I was really bothered about Edmonton. Like, if I wanted to leave, I wouldn't be thinking, I'm trying to leave to Calgary. I'll be trying to leave Alberta in general. I love it here for now, so it's all good. So anyways, tell me in the comment section, are you choosing Edmonton or Calgary? What matters to you most? Job, rent, weather, or community? We have a lot of people moving from Ontario to Alberta because of the cheaper housing. It costs almost times 2 to buy the same type of house in Ontario. But yeah, I don't know if people are still moving as much though in 2026, late 2025. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, engage, comment, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.